folks, you can see our feeds are roasting and toasting right here. If you like a dark roast, you just let them go a little bit longer.
As a wildlife biologist and hunter, I am often asked, when do you start putting out bait?
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life.
Deer season's coming up, and before you get your hunting gear ready, one simple thing you need to do to avoid a huge headache is check your feeders. Many hunters wait until the last minute. That's a mistake. Imagine the week before the season starts, you go to fill your feeders, you turn it on, nothing happens, you look inside your feeder, you got wet corn starting to rot. And that's what we have here. Just a little tip from your friends here at A Sportsman's Life. Check your feeders a month or two before the season begins. This gives you plenty of time to fix any issues that you might have. In our particular situation, we're going to replace the feeder altogether. Obviously, there's moisture that has got into this feeder, and it is only going to get worse. We've got to get rid of all of the corn out of this barrel. It's obviously got some moisture in it. You can see this little piece right there. All the moisture in that, not good. That's what you don't want in a feeder. This feeder here is not a solid weld. This thing is like a spot welded feeder. It's an older feeder, but moisture is getting in. It's time, it's got to go. Look at that moisture. Not good. And we'll get this feeder set up, and then we're off to another project, so stay tuned. As a general rule, you should keep detailed records for each feeder. This means tracking how much corn each feeder uses to help see which feeders the deer prefer. Battery maintenance is critical for making sure feeders are working properly. Regularly checking and noting the condition of each feeder's battery helps you avoid unexpected power failures that can disrupt a consistent food source for the deer on your property. By keeping these simple records, you can keep your feeders running smoothly and will make your wildlife management more successful.
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Stealth Vision, high-tech precision-driven equipment tailored for the modern hunter.
Well, friends, we are about to harvest some beans from this mesquite tree. Back on the other side is some really ripe ones, and we are going to make some of the most tasty coffee that you've ever drank. Just an old mesquite tree, love it or hate it. You know, the American Indians, the Indians of the Southwest, they got about 20% of their diet from the mesquite beans and the roots and products that they made, meal that they made from the mesquite beans. So let's get some of these beans picked and dried, and then we will make some tasty coffee. What do you say? Well, folks, you can see our beans are roasting and toasting right here. If you like a dark roast, you just let them go a little bit longer. This is about the right consistency here that I like. So let's let these toast a little bit more. By the way, to grind these, you can grind them with any kind of coffee grinder. This is my little portable coffee grinder right here. Works like a charm. You just basically just crank this thing and grind them up. So let's let them finish toasting out here, and then we'll let them cool, and we will proceed to make some coffee. Well, friends, I have my beans. I broke them up, put them in the little grinder, so I'm just going to grind the daylights out of these things for 4, 5, 6, maybe take 6 minutes. I want them real fine, and then we're going to put them in this pot, this old campfire coffee pot, and make us some cowboy coffee out of mesquite beans. So let me keep working on this, and we'll get our coffee heated up and get it going. Okay, my friends, we have our coffee, should be ground up nicely, and it is. A natural sweet flavor to this mesquite bean. If you've ever chewed on a mesquite bean when you're out hunting, you'll taste the sugar content. This makes an awesome drink. So we got our water boiling. Let's dump this in here. Yeah, it's ground up pretty good. We're going to let this boil for about 3 minutes, like you were making cowboy coffee. Let it boil till it extracts all the flavor out of those ground up beans. So we'll pour us up a cup here in just a bit. Well, my friends, our cowboy coffee has been boiling about 3 minutes. That should extract all that good flavor. Let's cut the heat off, cut the flame off. And you know, if you pour a little cold water on the top of boiled coffee, cowboy coffee, creek coffee, whatever you want to call it, a little cold water, just a little bit around the top, that'll settle the grounds. So there we go. That'll sink those grounds to the bottom, and when we pour it, we'll have some really good mesquite bean coffee. Well, friends, our coffee is cooled just a little bit, and I can tell that everything is settled, all the grounds. Let's pour up a little bit mesquite bean coffee. Hope you can see that. Oh, I wish you could smell it too. Good gosh, that smells good. This stuff has got a natural sweetness to it. You don't need to put sweetener in it. Take a little sip here. Friends, I think you're going to like this, and I think you're going to start competing with the deer and the hogs for those mesquite beans. Hope this little video helps you a little bit. Get you some mesquite beans. They dry out they start drying out on the trees about in June and right on through the fall. Get some and try this. I think you're going to like it. If not, you're going to impress a lot of people around your deer camp, I guarantee you. It's good stuff, folks.
A Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by Mossberg, American built, American strong. The YO Steakhouse, Catch and Release Apparel, Pyramid Air, your one-stop shop for everything air guns.
Good morning, sports fans. This is your fishing tip on A Sportsman's Life. Today we're going to talk about boat etiquette. Here at Lake Texoma, we've got striped bass and they're schooling fish. And when they push that bait to the surface, there's nothing more exciting than topwater fishing. So I call it schooling fish and schooling boats. There's a right way and a wrong way to do that. When you're driving up and you see these fish busting, it's very exciting. It's easy to mess it up if you don't be careful. Watch which way that school is going. Pull in front of it. Let the school get to you. Throw them topwaters, catch those fish. The school will pass you. Wait there until it's totally over. Take a big wide sweep and get in front of them again. Do not drive through the fish splashing. Now, trolling is a good way to catch fish, but trolling through topwater fish is not good manners. We've got a little bit of that going on at Lake Texoma. So if you're a troller, the best thing to do is get on the front of that school. We think that the big ones lead the pack. Just troll it back and forth. Do not drive into that school. You've got plugs coming at you, hooks in the air. It could get dangerous. So that's just a tip about topwater fishing at Lake Texoma. Schooling fish, schooling boats. Let's be safe. Hooks in the fish, not the fishermen.
If you're looking for the best way to bring game to the table, check out Vineyard Max Deer Products at vineyardmax.net or find them on Instagram and Facebook.
As a wildlife biologist and hunter, I am often asked, when do you start putting out bait? Well, it really kind of depends on what that bait is. In my instance, I've tried so very many different things over the years, and including here on Sportsman's Life. We've tried corn, and we've done all kinds of other things. One of the best natural baits there is mistletoe. You ever been around a tree where there's mistletoe? I bet you've never found any on the ground. So if I find mistletoe, I will use it by putting it on the ground or a can and creating a natural bait. But not every place I go or I hunt is there mistletoe. So I learned something a few years ago. Luke Clayton brought some Vineyard Max out to a place out in West Texas that I had leased. And I told him, don't put it around the feeders because I don't want to scare the deer off. Because a lot of times they smell something that's different, they run the other way. Well, we put this about 200 yards from where the corn feeders were, the automatic corn feeders, and sat back and watched. And actually the wind was blowing from the Vineyard Max across the corn feeder to where the deer were coming in, and kind of wanted to see what they would do, and they smelled it. Well, guess what? The corn feeder goes off, the deer start showing up, and they go to this stuff right here. So it really made an impression upon me, and I've tried it so many different places since then. So many things that you can do with Vineyard Max when it comes to using it as a bait. I like the fact that I can go into these little remote areas, and for whatever reason, deer come to it very quickly. So I'll start putting it out whenever I can. And when's the best time to start putting it out? What day is it today? I would start tomorrow if you've got access to your property. Now, if you can't find it at the local dealer, which you should be able to, but if you can't find it at the dealer, you can go to www.vineyardmax, that's VINEYARDMAX.net, and you can order it right there. But you better order it pretty quickly because there's only a limited amount of this produced every year. So get to it right now, and come hunting season, not that far away, I'll have that deer baited exactly where you want to, and you make the decision then of whether or not you want to take him. Good luck this fall. We'll show you more of this, get farther into a sportsman's life.
Folks, this segment was brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Smoke and Tex Electric Smokers, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, YO Ranch Headquarters, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro. Tune in next week for some more real-world outdoor adventures right here on A Sportsman's Life.